I've been trying to find my way back to you. Empty-handed and I'm out of patience. I don't need another reason.
How to make a pop choir effect or a harmony effect in your songs. I'm going to be using Logic today, but you can be using any DAW. And I did title the video How the Pros Do It. And so I don't consider myself like a Grammy nominated pro, but I'm recreating the same way FINNEAS, the producer of Billie Eilish songs, how he makes harmonies. And I know how he makes harmonies, at least for the one song Ocean Eyes, because that comes as a free template in Logic. You can just go and see all the stems and how he does that. We are going to be focused on these light blue tracks here, and everything is based around this lead vocal here.
All I wanted was a conversation. I've been trying to find my way back to you.
So we're treating this lead vocal and we're trying to build a choir around that. So the first thing I do is, in order to make it sound wider, is I double the vocal, the actual lead vocal. So I have a chorus left and a chorus right. So these, and I'm panning this 43 right and 43 left. You can do hard pans, you could even bring them in a little bit. Okay, so exact same note values here. So you can see once I play them together, it does sound like one vocal because they are very in time too.
All I wanted was a conversation. I've been trying to find my way back to you. Empty-handed and I'm out of...
And they're also pushed down in the mix. So you don't want it to be overwhelming to the lead vocal. So that's the first thing I like to do to make that choir effect. Sing the same thing as your chorus lead and then pan it to the side and do 2 takes of it. You can't just recycle this track and use it here. That's going to create phasing issues and it's not going to sound good. So you do have to record it twice. Now let's dig into this part here, this stack of vocals. We have a chorus harmony. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 vocal tracks. So let's just solo those to hear what they sound like.
All I wanted was a conversation. I've been trying to find my way back to you.
I'm going to get into the processing after this and how we make it sound right, but just getting the tones. This is a low harmony, this sub. Then we have the low octave here, which is panned 30 to the left and 30 to the right. Let's take a listen to that.
All I wanted was a conversation. I've been trying to find my way back to you.
Next is a higher octave.
All I wanted was a conversation. I've been trying to...
Just sustaining that higher octave. Then we have a high falsetto.
All I wanted was a conversation. I've been trying to find my way back.
And then we have an even higher full voice falsetto. So falsetto is nice because you're not singing full voice and you can push it in. See, I didn't pan it as much. I wanted it a bit more center because it's softer on the ears. And then the high harmonies, I'm singing high harmony full voice.
All I wanted was a conversation.
So that can be much more annoying to hear, but it's really low in the mix and just adding that texture. So together with both of them,
All I wanted was a
the octave,
conversation. I've been trying
lower
to
octave,
find my... All I wanted was
and then the sub.
All I wanted was a conversation. I've been trying to find my way back to you.
So to recreate this yourself, a good rule of thumb is just do the lower octave and the higher octave to start, and then find the lower third, the lower fifth, or the higher third and the higher fifth harmony. Basically, harmony is the notes of a chord. So if you play the piano and you play a C major chord, or the guitar, the notes in a C major are C, E, and G. So if you sing C, E, and G, those 3 tones, you're going to make a C major chord. So if you're not a singer, but you have your lead vocal, you can take your lead vocal track, double it, and then go to like a Logic pitch correction here, or not pitch correction, pitch shifter. And then you can pitch it down or pitch it up 3 semitones or 5 semitones and do a full mix. That will give you an idea of what the harmony will sound like. It might not always sound great. Don't be afraid if you're not the greatest singer. Harmonies are more about the texture than the actual, because they're so low in the mix, you don't often hear them. The more important thing is to actually have the right note and then the right timing. Now that we know that we have the right note, we want to make sure the timing is right with the lead. So we put the lead on, have a listen to it, and see if anything pops out in the harmonies. We don't want things to pop out. So we would shift it. We'd cut these regions and shift them into place.
All I wanted was a conversation. I've been trying to find my way back to you.
Like that, the conversation on the sation, things are coming in at different times here.
Conversation.
And you can see just the sation part of the word is happening here. And you can see, if I just bump this up a bit, that the harmonies are all singing that sation part at different times. So we could just move those into place. And we got to look at the lead. Sation is right here, I think. So I'm just going to go in and actually cut them and drag them into place. That one's pretty fine, actually. This one could be here. Now, keep in mind, we are shifting the entire track. So now we'll have to take a listen to make sure nothing else is completely changed. And if you're worried about pops or anything, just do some crossfades.
Conversation. I've been trying to find. All I wanted was a conversation. I've been trying to find my way back.
So you could do the same thing for fine. How I do the processing for harmonies is I actually take the chain of the lead vocal and I put it on the harmonies and then switch it a little bit. The EQ for harmonies, I'm really just cutting a lot of the lows. I'm not doing much in terms of boosting or cutting in the mids or highs because they're so low in the mix anyways, unless something sticks out. And then I have a small compressor, a de-esser, and I de-ess the harmonies a lot because I don't want any of those S's to be sticking out. This is just a Logic de-esser. I have a Valhalla reverb on it, and then that's it. I tested with putting some delay on it, but didn't like the sounds of it. All being output to this bus, chorus harmonies. And on this bus, I have another low cut, but I'm boosting the highs here with a high shelf. Then I have a multi-band compressor, which are boosting the highs a little bit and ducking a bit of those mids. And then I have a compressor, which is important on the bus to glue all those harmonies together. And this is pretty much the same kind of practice of what FINNEAS did, or FINNEAS, I'm not sure, on what he did for Ocean Eyes and Billie Eilish. And go check that out if you're using Logic. It's available. All the stems are available for free in Logic. And you can see he's doing this type of panning as well, where some harmonies are hard panned, and then some harmonies are at 30 degrees. And that's, or sorry, 30, I don't know what these are, degrees or whatever. But basically, you're using the full stereo image. Some are hard panned and then some are at 30, and that's going to make it sound really, really wide. Overall, the level is the most important with harmonies and how you mix it in. How I like to mix the harmonies is I'll just mix every single, I'll start with the lows, then mix in until it gets high. So watch the high notes because they sometimes stick out a little bit. And don't put the low notes too low either. You do want to hear a little bit of those low notes. But basically, once you have them mixed to your liking, then you can use this bus output and this volume knob to mix it in with your lead vocal. So the lead and we can chorus, we can go all the way to 0 and then bump it up until we want them at the right level.
All I wanted was a conversation. I've been trying to find my way back to you. All I wanted was a...
So that would be too loud. This would be too soft.
All I wanted was a conversation. I've been trying to find my way back to you. All I wanted was a conversation. I've been trying to find my way back to you. All I wanted was...
Some of those mids are here, a bit high. I'm going to duck that by about a dB or 2 dB.
All I wanted was a conversation. I've been trying to find my way back to you.
That's nice. And with the doubles,
all I wanted was a conversation. I've been trying to find my way back to you.
And of course, we have to listen in context too.
Empty-handed and I'm out of patience. I don't need another reason to lose.
So feel free to subscribe to this channel if you're producing music, making music, and you want to get that music heard. I go live every Monday doing stuff like this, and I'll take any of your questions about music production. So I hope to see you in the next video.